back in on this. Let's, fuck. Wrong button. I clicked upload videos instead of go live. I need to go to my stream manager, please. Fuck. Let me get to the edit button. There we go. Game title. Final Fantasy 14 Online. Final Fantasy 14 playlist. All those beautiful, beautiful tags. That should be everything. Save. Ugh, excuse me. Alright, ooh, wow, it's kind of dreary today. The complete opposite of how it is where I am. It's actually incredibly sunny and incredibly hot right now. It's super uncomfortable. Kono Koha looking like a Helltaker character right now. Alright, Arnvald's Adventure. Lee seems troubled. It seems like a side quest name.
Come to see how we're getting on? We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address.
Oh?
Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
A democratic republic?
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion.
This is basically America.
What have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future. But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches.
Alright, well, at least you're willing.
The reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Ah, there you are. I've been searching all over for you.
Have we heard you talk before?
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Sure. Huh. Okay, buddy. Yeah, lead the way.
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
We were adventurous before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots?
I mean, I've been adventuring this whole time.
What say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Twist my arm, why don't ya? Alright, well. Right then, let's go and find Master Leveilleur. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Aetherite, and we'll be along shortly. See you there. Alright. I know the Aetherite's down this... Oh, no, wait, no. Is it down... It's down this way. I'm an idiot. Can I not fly here yet? Yeah, I guess not. I'm guessing... probably this place is connected to the other location here. Sonny. Oh wait, you're that guy. You're that guy from that old Charlian place. We got Wedge over here. What are you doing out here, buddy? The hunt for Omega. Ooh. Ooh, do I want to do that right now? Ooh, I want to find Omega. I'm gonna accept this for now. Ira, thank the gods you're here. We need your help. Look. In case you haven't heard, we've set up operations in Rogger's Reach while we look for Omega. It's been decidedly slow going, I'm sorry to say, and we still haven't seen the blasted thing since it disappeared during the battle with Shinryu. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. We know now that Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands and that it was shackled with some very distinctive looking bindings when they found it. And obviously, only you know what could have done something like that, and the fact that the restraints were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to either. Anyway, we were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts when we encountered what you might call a problem. Mayhap it would be best if you came to the workshop and saw for yourself. Alright, I am going to keep that there and move forward with this MSQ. Alright, Arnvald, what adventure do you have for us today? Greetings, Ira. 'Twould seem we are to accompany Arnvald on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? No, and that's the exciting part. Allow me to explain. It will be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Alamigo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat at the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts. That he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Rogger's Reach being burned to the ground. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown. And so he ordered what every soul with the claim to the throne would be executed, including his own family. Christ! The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it's said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. I believe I see the direction our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty. You assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course we won't be the first to make this attempt. Following Alamigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers returned to the palace upside down. Turned the palace upside down, in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply that, a legend. But I see you have no so wait, are we going to be doing, like, a national treasure type thing? Are we gonna, can I be Nick Cage? I call being Nick Cage. But I see you have no intent on letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. Honestly, let's fucking do it. I love it. And I like how we just get an emote for this. Are we gonna have to use it somewhere? Or what's Ortwin do? What's Ortwin want? I mean, to kill a quarrel. Ortwin has been thinking a lot. So Temple of his. Okay, well I am gonna leave you be for now. Ooh. You can almost see the wheels turning in Alphino's head. The news of Doma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the Imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion. Which means the Garleans must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in such a diversion? Excuse me. Tell us, Arenvald, have we any clues as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't like to get us anywhere, so we're probably gonna need to, ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during their occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodoric's day. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, you will be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Arnvald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks, whilst Ira makes the rounds in the Alamegan quarter. Ha! And there I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it, eh? We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. Alright. I am interested in these other side quests, though, actually, so I might pick these up while I'm here. They don't show any prizes, but, Ira, you're a hard bloke to find. I'd heard you thrown in your lot with resistance, so I came here looking for you. Truth is, we've run a spot of bother back at the Arboretum, and could use your help. If you're not too busy breaking your fast on Garleans, or whatever you've been doing out here, we'd be glad of your expertise. If you fancy lending a hand, I'll be over at St. Mosian's. Oh, is this to unlock the difficult version of that dungeon? The hard version of that dungeon? How about you? Ah, Ira, just the man I was looking for. As you may know, Ralgar's Reach used to be a pilgrimage site for followers of the Fist of Ralgar. Atop the mountain lies the remnants of the Temple of the Fist, which was once the center of their religion. It was filled with monks training their minds and bodies right up until the Mad King Theodoric decided to raise the temple. Curiously enough, a young lady recently approached me saying she wishes to explore the ruins herself. I immediately turned down her request, knowing that she alone could not survive the route to the ruins, but then I thought of you. I am positive that you are strong enough to protect her while she explores. Okay. The girl's name is Marjorie. If you are willing to help, seek her out by the doors which lead to the temple. I imagine she's still there pestering Hrotmar to let her in. Oh? I'm curious. Let's see. Where do I go? Speak with Marjorie? Okay, down this way. Is this a dungeon unlock? Like an optional dungeon? Not sure. Let's see. When does Shadowbringer or Stormblood come out? Not Stormblood, fucking Endwalker. Endwalker comes out in the end of November, right? So I got months to finish this. All right. All right, Marjorie. Ah, little nerd girl. Are you also interested in exploring the Temple of the Fist? I never dreamed I would meet a fellow enthusiast. I first learned of the monks when I attended a lecture given by a historian named Eric. Ever since then, I have continued to be fascinated by their creed and approach to life. I thought I would come and pay a visit to the site of their most revered temple, now that the Empire has been driven out of the region. The only issue is this man will not let me pass. The monks use the path to the temple to train. It is filled with all kinds of traps and obstacles that cannot be overcome by just anyone. It is precisely those traps and obstacles that I wish to study. Everything I have read states that those who are able to read the temple will come to face with a monk of legend. Does it not pique your curiosity in the slightest? Who knows what kind of lessons one could learn from a monk that has mastered their art? You wish to know, don't you, adventurer? Well, you certainly have my interest. You are the one who helped the resistance defeat Zeno ye Galvus? Well, you should be more than capable of handling whatever the temple has to throw at you then. In fact, if you are truly keen to explore what lies beyond these doors, would you mind if I joined you? I am fairly familiar with the layout of the temple grounds from all the reading I have done. I know I can be of help. Oh, please take me with you. Sure, I suppose. Alright, I guess we're running this. Four-man. Alright. Joining that. I'll just go back out and be doing different things then. Alright, so I have to go all the way down there. Porta Praetorta. I think I said that right. Porta Praetoria. Okay. Fuck. I don't want to gather any more what's it called? Things for my mission stuff down here, because there's just so much there already. Once I clear out a few of these missions, I'll definitely go around and do a whole bunch of side quests. Alright, I'm unlocking more. I just need to go straight forward here, right? Just keep walking forward and get... Oh, wait, there's a fucking... I'm stupid. There's an aetherite there. Middle-aged Highlander. In the palace? No, not me, lad. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up on the divine audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. That's fair, honestly. Seems kind of like a shit place to be. A mature maid. You want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see his royal majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he ordered. And after a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. So I'll take that as a no. Alright, let's find this last guy here. somewhere over here, I think. There they are. Retired Rogadin. I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. You seem like a palace guard type. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when we didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which of course we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand until still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you are hell's bent on finding out what happened in the place, head down to the street here and ask old Ernold. He was the king's head scribe. Thank you, sir. This is a really interesting tale. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Ernold? 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 Yes, I'm Ernold. What do you want with me? You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yet if Ala Mhigo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well. I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public execution of his kinsmen. Those were terrible enough, but in his last days the king's fevered mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is the kindness that the monarchy ended with him. Ooh, that's fucking dark. Alright, I am out of here. I am going to go to where this quest needs me next. I think I'm going in the right direction. Is it down this way? Possibly. Excuse me, lads. Arnwald, okay. Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin then. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or the Imperials somehow overlooked it. But what of you, Ira? Were your investigations any more fruitful? I found out that if there's any location that this thing is going to be at, we're probably going to have to fight our way to it. Grab some fucking leftover pizza, because I'm hungry. Pizza! Turn into monsters. And what could he mean by this darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alighieri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said not of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning him a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Ira? His fears seemed genuine. If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale, though I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Ernold's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Arenvold, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear it, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pureblood Garleans. My mother did not care for this taunting reminder of my heritage, and took up a knife. War paint serves to cover the scar. That's rough, buddy. In the end, she turned me out into the street, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Alamigo, a feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me into the company of the Scions. I tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. Thank you, Arenvold, and I apologize that I cannot have been pleasant to recall. Or that cannot have been pleasant to recall. But I felt it best to be clear of our intentions. Well, Ira, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arenvold's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? Yeah. Let me just take another bite of my pizza. This pizza is fucking reward enough. I have shit I can eat. Oh god, I love this company. It's Pizza Schmitza. If y'all don't have a Pizza Schmitza near you, y'all are missing out. And I should be glad to tell you my theory on the resting place of the Mad King's Trove. Are you minded to hear it? Yeah. Still waiting on that dungeon to appear. Wait time 17 minutes. Cool. What is in this accessories coffer? Ooh, shitload of... I mean, I guess I did choose the aiming gear. Yeah, and can't do glamour plates here. Alright. The Mad King's Trove. Alphino seems eager to share his theory. Please do. Actually, mayhap it would be better if we first adjourned to a more suitable location. In case of a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason. But 'tis certainly a valid concern. Let's reconvene on the southern edge of Loch Seld. Alright. Sure thing. Let's head out of here. Boop, boo, doop, boo, boop. I'm not gonna go messing around with that. Where do I have to meet them? Ah, there they are. Ooh, cutscene! Yay! Cutscenes, cutscenes. Please be voice acted. No. Forgive me. 'Twas not my intention to draw out proceedings. I simply wish to have the lock in sight while I explain things. Prior to the great flood of the 6th Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines, and this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war, yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of Loch Seld. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace, mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe, was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below, the ruins of Scala. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's trove? Precisely. And since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance to the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods know how many Alamegans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Ira, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the loch and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Arnvald and I will seek out an unsorcelled portal within the palace. Unsorcelled? That's a strange-ass word. So, do I have to go swimming? Come on, control. There we go. Dive, dive, dive. Okay, hold on. This place is kind of freaky. I do get that it's ruins and all, but honestly, it's super fucking creepy. Ah. There's an entrance. You discover a passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press on and find out where it goes. Will do. Oh, shit. Stone door. You've come to a worn stone door standing temptingly ajar. It would appear you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruins. Okay. Ring, ring, ring. Ira, it's Alphino. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and we found a door concealed by enchantments. Have you ought to report? Perfect timing. You believe it leads into the ruins. Excellent. Then I propose we proceed from our respective entry points and look to meet somewhere in the middle. Oh, come on, lads. We might as well make it a race. Victory goes to the first adventurer to find the treasure. Godspeed. Oh. It's a duty. Cool. Right as I was about to consider canceling the thing. Hello, first time running this. Any tips or mechanics to know? Question mark. That's a big fat Gotcha. Oh boy, this is gonna be a learning experience, I suppose. Oh, is this the coral thing that the guy was talking about? Seems to be a problem. There's a lot of them. This thing is just gonna be full of corals. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna like that. Alright. Ew, that's gross. What the fuck? Ew, oh god, I'm slow. Wait, why are we going so far ahead? There's so many people, what the fuck? Oh, there's a monk in there? Why, I do not know, but there's a monk in there. Ah! Gotta make sure that I make out of this alive. That'll be great. That'll be fine. Alright, what do we do? You say. Nagini. Oh, we only need to worry about AoEs, we'll see. You think? Is this not a certainty? Well, this thing doesn't seem to have a very big health pool, so hopefully it won't be too difficult. Whoa. Whoa. Hello. Let's see. We're almost done with one. I wasn't expecting the second one to come out. Right when I said that, like, oh yeah, their health pool is really low. It's like, nope, there's a second one. That's why. All right. Never seen the statue so close. Oh, this is where we are. Okay. Holy shit. I didn't notice how many enemies there were over here. There's a lot. Alright, that's it there. Oh shit, okay. Why aren't they pushed off? They get hit with the same things, they gotta be pushed off. Oh fuck. These guys look like the chess pieces that we fought in Ishgard. Oh shit, there's a lot of them. Great! Let's pull all of them, why don't we? Because that is a great idea. Definitely. I'm just gonna go grab this treasure coffer over here before it disappears. Ooh. Ooh. Eh. Oh, there we go. Need that. Pass. They can deal without me. Need that. Pass. There we go. Use that golem to test their speed. Okay, so this one has 2 attacks, one with his sides and one to his back and forth. Okay. When you get the moon or sun symbol, go to the same platform. What the fuck? Well, I thought that if I stand at his diagonal, I wouldn't get hit, but fuck me, right? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're fucking them up. Alright. Huh, so it causes us to completely get no damage from that whole deal. Alright. That's interesting. I like this boss so far. We're almost there. Come on. There we go. Get that status effect on him. We're almost there. Almost there, almost there, almost there. There we go. Look at that. Your time was pretty average. Okay, I don't need your judgment on this one, bitch. Healing pass. Whoa, what the fuck? The Way of the Fist. Okay, I keep getting worried that we're pulling way too many enemies, but honestly, with how quick these guys are going down, I don't find too much of an issue with that anymore. The overwhelming sense of dread is gone. Whoa! So are these ghosts? There we go. Maiming, pass. Fending, pass. Slaying, pass. I don't know why I did Peloton, but there it is. There we go. Come on. Oh, cutscene? What the fuck? Hello. Whoa! Those gotta be unlockable weapons from this dungeon. We need to avoid the flying dragon heads and kill the ads quickly. Ivan Coral Fist. What a fucking badass name. Ba 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 ba. Fucking love this boss theme though. I don't know what this means, but thank you. Bralger's Peace. You're quite the fighter. Let's see if you can handle this. Ah. What the fuck? You will not survive this. Well, I suppose I just did. I've never met one so strong as you. Well, thank you. Come on, give me my dots, give me my dots, give me my dots. There we go. Holy shit. Rapier of the Crimson Lotus. Let's see. Player commendations. Nagini. There we go. For helping me out. Rapier, pass. Pass. Whoever else wants those can have them. Alright, now I can do this one. If I can find a fucking way to zoom out. Christ, where am I? Okay, there we go. I had no idea where I was there. The drowned city of Scala. Join queue for that. I also have to report to Marjorie now at Ralger's Reach, so I'm gonna go there too. While I'm in wait queue for this fucking thing, we are on like a run of, what's it called? We've been in for an hour and we've only finished one thing. Northeastern Ralger's Reach. Okay. Ethernet, Northeastern. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. That was a fun little dungeon. What you got for me here, Marjorie? I too am most eager to hear just what went on in the Closed Fist. You fought with Ivan Coralfist. I have read that he honed his martial prowess by wandering the mountains, fighting all the corals he could find. Excuse me. They say he took the creature's movements for his own, devising a style of fighting like no other. To think he had been waiting there all this time for a new challenger. My mind is made up. I too will become a monk. Okay. Hearing your story, I realized that I must meet Ivan Coralfist myself. I will need him to strengthen I would need to strengthen both my body and mind to have any chance of reaching him. Worthy goal to have, I suppose. I plan to start by working on my mind. There is much I need to read about the monks and their religion. Or perhaps I would be better served by searching for a local that is versed in the Fist of Ralger. Allow me to thank you. I would not have awoken to my true calling had you not shown me the temple ruins. Next time our paths cross, I imagine I will look somewhat different. Until then. Sure. I can definitely say I've never met a monk quite like her. It'll be interesting to see just how far she's able to go. Alright, got some gil out of it. Filio? What do you need? Another dungeon. Ah, there you are. Nero. Buddy. Oh, that's Jesse! Okay, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse, alright. Come now, Chief. That isn't terribly constructive. Go on, suggest something, and I'll be sure to do the exact bloody opposite. You're being difficult, Sid. Surprised? Aye, so were we. He's been brought in as a consultant, believe it or not. How many times do I have to tell you you will play no part in this investigation? Your motives were dubious from the first, and nothing you have done since has served to make them any clearer. Out of necessity, I agreed to take part in Omega's activation, but that'll be the extent of our cooperation. Passing judgment without due consideration, openly disparaging colleagues. Not very chiefly of you, Chief. I'll have you know I'm a sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. Then I trust you'll thrive elsewhere when I encourage you to piss off. I will not have him on our roster, Jesse. Never mind anywhere near our work. His employment is to be terminated effective immediately. The thing is, Chief, we've already paid him in full, and it wasn't exactly a pittance either. 4/5 of what you get was the agreement. Look, whatever disagreements you might have had in the past, the fact is we could do with his expertise now. Let him earn his keep at the very least. I don't believe this. You claim my wholly justified ventures represent an unsustainable risk to the ironworks, and then pay a sultan's ransom in advance? Him! Give me strength. This has been the way of it for a while now, on account of which we've had to put the investigation on hold. Let's investigate by ourselves. Tisk tisk. As much as I admire your enthusiasm, hero, you will not get very far without some brains to complement your admirable brawn. Happily, I am blessed with a surfeit of the former. From this moment forth, you shall be my chaperone. With the realm's savior watching my every move, I couldn't possibly make any mischief, which should surely serve to allay my employer's concerns. Forgive me, Ira. It was not my intent to embroil you in this mess. I didn't even know you were here, seeing as you are, though. I cannot deny that I would be glad to have you on board. The fact is, we are no closer to understanding the true extent of Omega's powers, and even if it was damaged during its encounter with Shinryu, it seems highly doubtful that we will be able to disable it unaided. We've got as far as identifying its likely resting place, but I for one would feel a lot more confident about surveying the area with you around to deal with any unexpected surprises. Might I persuade you to lend us a hand once more, old friend? Yeah, you got me, buddy. Then it is settled. Chief, we have a problem. Etheric concentration levels of the Yawn are soaring. Our readings doubled from one moment to the next, and by the time we went to check on it, they doubled again. What evacuate the site. I shall handle this matter personally. Come on. Big Swedge Ira, I need you with me at the Yawn, to the south of here. That's where we believe Omega came to rest. Oh, alright, Chief. Watch yourself out there. Fuck, alright, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Very spooky music. Nick Van Cleef says, when I asked him about mechanics. Been a while for me, now returning to the game after a year-long hiatus. I guess we'll go over things and strategize at the bosses, I say. In chat. Sure thing. First boss, pull, go away from it, push, stay close to him. I have no idea what that means. Pull, go away, push, stay close. What? If you get marker with blue orb, you must bait it. Okay. Tank almost forgot her stance. That would have been a shitty situation. Nope. Wow, these little things have a shitload of HP for how small they are. Wow, that's a big one. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There's a lot of them, and I don't want to deal with this for too much longer, please. Oh shit. Whoa. This boss is kind of brutal. Wait a second. Ah, okay, that's what I swapped over. I thought something looked different. Thank you. Bending, pass, aiming, need. Oh, that's all one monster. Okay. I don't like it. It's fucking weird. Hello. Oh shit. Fat fingered that instead of doing Rain of Death. Cause fuck me, right? No, now that I think about it, I really do need to get further into the Bard class quests. All right, next one. Come on. There we go. There's just a lot of monsters around here, isn't there? Oh, you got it. Scalic Cap of Aiming. I'm gonna need that. Scalic Necklace of Aiming. I'm gonna need that. Cool. God, there's so many of them. What the shit? Come on. There we go. Alright, we're about halfway through, I suppose. This boyo looks funky. This guy will transform us into Spriggans. When we are transformed, we must drop some small bombs near the ads to kill them. Okay. That's pretty much it. Four, 3, 2, 1. The old one. Sacrifice, word, subservience, boom, boom, boom. I couldn't get my fucking dots up. Okay, that was fun. I like that. Oh, shit. Transformation. Hex, hex, hex. Yeah, get out of there, Amani. Yo, whoa, what's inside that thing? Is this like a nesting doll? Oh, shit. There we go. Fending, pass. Healing, pass. Cool. A treasure coffer, whatever the fuck that thing is. These look like bombs. Lightless homunculus. The fuck are these things? Why? Why did he? Who? Why did who? Who are you? Oh, what the fuck? Come on, come on, come on, come on. All the AoEs. Whoa. There we go. God, do we look weird. Okay. Aiming, need. Healing, pass. Casting, pass. Alright. Rotting Royal. Wonder what the story behind these things are. Jesus Christ, these guys are dying. Fuck, wrong button. I didn't mean to go... Okay, cool. Wow, you're still a bard. Yes, I am. What can I say? I like the bard. Plus, I'm kind of more focusing on the story aspect of things, so I haven't really gone out and got very many characters. This one has more mechs. Oh, do tell. If it raises its tails, try to be in front of him. Okay. If it raises its claw, go behind. Markers on the ground. I changed like 4 times by this point. Hey, I don't ever let anyone tell you that I have commitment issues. If it suddenly turns facing you, you can move away from its face. For those, no. Okay. Gotcha. There will be a Dona, marker, A, and circle. Just dodge those. Okay. Alright, tank, do your thing. There we go. I need my dots. Give me my dots. I got one. God damn, I'm not getting very lucky with dots right now. Ba 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 ba. Death comes for you. Yay, I dodged it. Okay. Whoa. I used to main Paladin. Well, I mean, that's perfect for this new X-Pack coming out. A little thematic for this expansion. Ba, 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 ba. Da 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 da. Raises his claws. Glad I was behind him from the start. Come on, give me that. There we go. Oof. Ah, fuck. I thought I was able to get my limit break off before the end. Oh, it's just a dude. I already possessed that unique item. I guess I'll pass on it then. Ha! Got to it first, fuckers.
Are you all right?
Aye. Aye. Everything's still attached.
Ah, it seems both our paths led here. Very good. We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you?
I was fighting them.
Much the same, then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite.
I suppose.
By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
All right. Arnvald and I forged ahead at the fastest pace we could manage, but I was not surprised to find you waiting for us. I suppose it serves us right for challenging the Warrior of Light. Next time we should agree on some manner of handicap. We may have lost Alphino, but think of what we found. Quite. I'm still reeling from the sight of that mountain of riches. What, like how you reeled at the sight of that floating specter, you mean? You should have heard him scream, Ira. Well, must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Mad King's trove, and that's all that matters. Oh well. Ooh. We get an Orchestrion roll. Arnvald is still grinning at Alphino's discomfort. All jesting aside, we must tell people the good news, and I think Elise should be the first. Seconded. There's to be a meeting of representatives from across Alamigo, so she is sure to be in the city. Shall we seek her out? Sure thing. The Butcher's Blood. Sounds ominous. Oh. Gotta walk all the way there. You know, I could probably get on a mount of some kind, but fuck that, right? There you are. Let me get some food out of my mouth before I start speaking lines here. I've been stuffing my face silly while I was running. Alright. Oh, you three look pleased with yourselves. What have you been up to? Nothing good, for sure. I'm glad you asked, Lise, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. Recall the events of the past 20 or so minutes? You're joking. The Mad King's trove? I thought that was a myth. So did plenty of people, but they didn't have Ira and Alphino in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it goes towards alleviating the suffering of Alamigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say. Arnvald did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not hope to carry even a fraction of it out on our own. I have taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route to where the treasure lies. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes for the spending of it as well. Thank you. Oh, there's one other thing. When the time comes to drop a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphino. I don't have a head for details, I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us, Alphino. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we've got a problem. Oh no, we can't rest. Deep breaths, tell me what's happened. The mob's gathered outside headquarters and they've started making demands. You best come and see for yourself. What is this angry mob all about?
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
Oh.
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Bring her out! Bring her out!
Yeah, they're not happy, are they?
What's going on? Someone let slip about Fedora.
Yeah, okay, so it was a secret.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than...
Oh, fuck.
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Yeah, I honestly think she should be put to death too.
Dad, that bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock.
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
Honestly, when you say that we're if you say that we're no better than them, it would be different case if it was just like a common soldier or like a or like just some kind of random citizen. She is the direct cause of hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths for them. Her death in turn will cause a lot more good than bad.
Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
What do you mean, who's this?
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live.
Okay, I guess that's another twist on it.
What became of them? These questions demand answers.
That's true.
I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo.
Oh shit, fuck. God damn it, I keep clicking at the wrong time. I gotta just take my hand off the the fucking mouse when they're talking.
I know you're right. I do. But I can't.
Oh no, don't do anything. What are you gonna do to him? What's gonna happen with him? He's a voice character. He seems pretty important. Where is he? Where'd he go? My thanks, Raubon. Listening to their anger, I could feel myself being swept away. 'Tis a difficult tide to stem. 'Twas that same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now the war is over, all the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye, and it's not just here. We've reports of mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk known to have cooperated with the Garleans. Excuse me. Starts with insults most often, and someone picks up a stone. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Zenos and his officers. It was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. So yeah, this is basically the building of America, just fast-forwarded a bit. Who are these representatives exactly? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. Good push, burp. Yeah. We've even invited the Ananta and the Kikiran to participate. Al Amigo stands at a crossroads, and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself has to be put to death. Nago! I already explained why we wouldn't do that. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated, and everyone who didn't resist? There would be no one left, and we'd be no better than Theodoric and Zenos. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Only, I caught a glimpse of her past, a moment of it, anyway, during the fight. She's done terrible things, aye. Unforgivable things, but in some ways she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born, and that's something I can understand. Alright, speak with the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I'll return to my other duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fordola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends, she will test you. Don't let your emotions color your judgment when she does. Oh, got a message. Ooh, Jack's Film's got new merch. 15-year anniversary stuff. Alrighty. You've the commander's permission to enter, then? Yes, I do. Are we going to have a Jeffrey Epstein situation here?
Well, well, well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
Not really.
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
I am curious to her
That's not
overall
why we're
fate.
here, no.
Like, is she eventually going to die?
Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom. Well, I meant it. And not to mock.
Fuck, I keep doing it!
Wasting your time.
Keep skipping it
All
when I
of
don't
this
mean
is
to.
pointless. There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it. I killed your men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
Are you just
That's
saying
a lie,
that?
and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless, relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want.
Uh-huh.
You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away.
Bad fingies, yes.
I see you, Fedora. I see you for what you are.
Oh shit, okay. Before she even had her tattoos, okay.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
Are those her their parents?
All right.
Okay.
Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Okay. I'm not sure how to feel about this.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Oh. Okay, so they're already considered. Oh, and she has her dad's tattoos.
Father, what did that man call us?
Oh, what the
The
fuck?
little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Okay, a kid doesn't need to hear that.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Also, it should be a parent's job to immediately back their kid away from this situation.
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
Just a kid, Christ! What the fuck?
Fadola!
Traitors!
Please! You have to do something! My husband and daughter are in danger!
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of army.
We're citizens! We have rights! I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors! Traitors!
What the fuck is happening here? Why?
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Vidola, please! You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, gods! What have you done to your face?
I mean, it's the same tattoos that your husband had.
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Okay, that's also kind of fucked.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
Secret handshake, I guess. Huh. All right.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
Honestly, he's right.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Yeah. It's not like I have much control over the matter, but
Stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they?
they tell me a lot. I'm not gonna say a lot and
Don't
everything,
you dare
but
patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led. bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Oh, she's taking a peek into my life now.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone.
And I'm still here, aren't I?
The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
I think it's not the fact that it's unbroken. It's the fact that Ira knows how to deal with these things in order to take the time to fix himself, or take the time to amend the things that broke him. Because I choose to.
Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
She must not have a good control of the Echo. She's only saw blips and pieces of my life. Or at least Ira's life, I mean, not my personal life. Cool. Lise is lost in thought. I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. And I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Ira, but the visions only come to me every now and then. And the way Fordola kept wincing, though I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. It's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between the one who was born with the Echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the Liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. General Alden's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Yeah, sure. How do I get there? Not this way. This way? Yeah, okay. Is that? Oh, it's a Hrothgar. Okay, I'm like, wait a second. How does somebody unlock the turtle people as a playable race? But no, that wasn't a turtle person. Resonatorium Guard. General Alden is inside. Will you be joining him? Yes. Yes, I will. Raban? What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it. Yes, as expected, she didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Arnvald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? You've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. We should get Urianger on the case here. What do you say on this matter? All the pods are designed to drain the ether of the occupant, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior's been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. Whoa, are those all body bags? What the fuck? Okay, the device in which Kryl was held seems more ominous now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. What did they do to Kryl? The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Did you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the ether of the occupant, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior's been fitted... Okay. For a race with no innate capacity to manipulate ether, the Garleans have conducted some exceedingly elaborate etheric experiments. Are these all body bags? Jesus. How many people were in here? That's incredibly macabre. Leave this section to me. Okay. The amount of bodies here just terrifies me. What the fuck? Fallen scrap of parchment. Idle conversation prohibited. Eating and drinking prohibited. The fallen scrap of parchment appears to list facility regulations, but nothing of any interest. These bastards would fiddle with a man's very soul if it served their purpose. Nothing is sacred to them. Nothing. So many bodies. Every one of them a victim of these experiments. Few show signs of any external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible ether extraction. Such a miserable way to die. Yeah, no, the amount of bodies in here is horrifying. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operations would be much appreciated. Ira, shall we start with you? Taken in combination with the testimonies of Kryl and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with ether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Kryl, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they're trying to recreate Kryl's echo? I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Kryl is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. Soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and families to the skulls. And there's a sentry at her door night and day, if she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it'd do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Izael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Hraesvelgur's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she's destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. And explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer on for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these gods-forsaken procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. Oh boy, this is depressing. Ugh. I go looking for answers about the Echo and end up getting schooled by Rauban. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. And General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going through the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? 'Tis a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Ul'dah or start again in the land of their birth. Ira, a moment! Pippin! How you doing, buddy? I am newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Well, I must away to attend to other business. Until next time, my friends. See you later, Pippin. An audience with the Sultana. Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be the perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those, Alphino, but not everyone's as comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him, Ira. As you wish. Quest complete. Alright. Alphino's thoughts appear to have turned from adventure to administration. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasures to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it, Arenvald? I am at your beck and call. I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize a squad to head down into the ruins and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, send Nanamo my regards, Ira. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on your return. See you later, guys. Alright, over to Ul'dah. Oh, fuck. Boop, there we go. Actually, I think now would be a good time to go travel to other places. Like this. Let's go to Idleshire, folks. Let's see, key items, wondrous tales. Time expired, visit Chloe. Ah, okay. This way. God, it's getting hotter and hotter over here. God, this heat wave is going to not be fun. It's like, it's supposed to be record breaking. Over triple digits, which is like unheard of around here. Ooh. There we go. I like that splash sound when you get close to the water. I knew you couldn't resist. Now before you go slaying everything in sight, let Midnight Dew explain our predicament. Hello? The fuck are you? It's good to see you back in Dravania, Ira. The place hasn't been the same without you. You're probably wondering why I sent Sonny to fetch you. It's all down to this mucky little Corpacur. Well, aren't you a little cutie? I saw it come bounding out of the arboretum. The first thing I noticed, beside it being covered in grime, was how bleeding lively the little sod seemed to be. We had our old friend Edgith take a look at it, and she reckons that layer of mud is making it so excitable. Is what's making it so excitable. It's got this daft seedkin jumping around like a mad porogo, so imagine what it could do for our crops at Green Grub mud plots. And that's where you come in. There should be more of this gunk inside the arboretum, but we have one small problem. It also affects the more troublesome species of the flora, making them downright lethal. We want to send Edgith to look into it, but it's not safe with a bunch of botanists eating plants making a nuisance of themselves. What say you, Ira? Fancy giving them a bit of pruning? Well, I suppose. Back into the arboretum. St. Mosian's arboretum. Hard. Might as well sign up for this. Wait, why is it locked? Oh, I need better level item. Let's see. Alright, let's head over to Ul'dah again. Glamour plates, apply. Reassign gear. So I need a item level of 340. Christ, alright. Chamber of Rule. Ethernet. Chamber of Rule. I kind of miss this music. I like Oldaz's soundtrack. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 bum. You are expected, my lord. Please proceed. No, you don't have to call me my lord. I'm just Ira, dude.
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
Yeah, you could say that.
The liberation of Alamigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
My counsel? Or my counsel?
I speak of Rauban and his future.
Ah, okay, so that's exactly what I was gonna ask. I thought it wasn't gonna be the topic, but I suppose we can talk about it.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Alamigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Alamigo and retaking his place at my side.
Oh, really?
I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend. But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Rauban chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Alamigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him? It is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a Sultana alone. I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
That's a good decision.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Oh, are you asking me out? Nah, sure.
Wonderful. Allow me a moment to change into something a touch less conspicuous, and I will join you outside.
Alright, we got a date with the Sultana. Steps of Nald. The Adventurers Guild. Okay. Oh, we got an ooh-dang pain train here. Okay. I love all the names that you can find around here. There's several that I've seen that it's just so fucking funny. And some of them are, like, actually pretty cool fantasy names, but it's pretty fun to see people that just don't really care. Well, I guess it's not that they don't care, it's just that they have a better sense of humor than me. What do you think of Lilira, the merchant's daughter? This is the disguise I don when I wish to leave the palace and observe my subjects unnoticed. Ordinarily, Papa Sean would accompany me, but for this particular outing I need an advisor, not a minder. And that is why I requested your company. Over the course of your many adventures, you have met people from all walks of life in every corner of Eorzea, and I would make use of your worldly experience. Now, let us be on our way. Our first destination is Stone's Throw, just beyond the Gate of Nald. Stone's Throw. Okay, so we just need to exit the gate. What do you want? Pio Reno? Radio? Corpse Groom. Alright, that's gotta be a reference to the Corpse Bride. But, we're gonna go adventuring with Nanamo here. Look upon this procession of tattered tents. These refugees camp in squalor at the mercy of the elements and Thanalin's predators both. The city's mighty walls offer safety, but the streets overflow with people as it is, and unless blessed by the hand of Nald himself, no refugee could ever hope to afford a dwelling in Ul'dah. 20 years have passed since the fall of Alamigo, and 5 since the calamity, yet the plight of the poor has grown more desperate, not less. As Sultana, the blame falls upon me. Messages. As for me, I'm having a date with the Sultana Nanamo. Mo, not Nana, no. You have done your best, Your Grace. Then my best has not been good enough. Shall we press on? I would follow the road to the unholy air. Oh, going the wrong way. There we go. I can fly at least high enough to get over this, right? No, probably not. Alright, I have to go around. Alright, I'm not gonna do that right now. Let's see. It was here, in this wholly unremarkable place, that my mother and father met their doom. I was but a child at the time. My parents were returning from an inspection of our interests in eastern Thanalin when an untimely rockslide crushed their carriage. To this day, it is not certain if the incident was simple misfortune or an expertly planned assassination. Raubon once offered to reopen the investigation and bring me the truth he assumed I must surely crave, but I refused. Even if my parents' deaths were orchestrated by the Monarchists, we could have only brought their heirlings to justice. Or hirelings. The true villains, those who plotted to put me on the throne as a biddable puppet, were ever beyond our reach. Thus did I plan to strip the merchants of their power and place our nation in the hands of its citizens, quite unaware of the consequences my actions would have for you and yours. I shudder to think how many goodly souls paid the price of my naivety. But I am no longer a child reciting words with witless obedience, and I will not be used as a pawn in the Monarchist's damnable games. Forgive me for my outburst, but you are one of the few people to whom I feel I can speak my mind. Come, let us return to Ul'dah and visit the Colosseum. Alright. There. Steps of Nald. And we want to go to the Gladiators Guild on Ethernet. Gladiators Guild. let's see here. From the moment I became Sultana, I found myself thrust into an endless parade of document signing and ceremonies. For years I simply signed where I was told to sign and sat where I was told to sit, blissfully oblivious to what any of it meant. Yet one good thing did come from that ignominious chapter of my life, for it was during an official visit to the Colosseum that I first met Raubon. The match I had been invited to attend was not at all what I had expected. They had pitted the Bull of Alamigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another. My royal wish was duly granted. It was not until later that I had learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubon to die on the sands that day. Regardless, my intervention meant that Raubon had but a single opponent to dispatch, which he duly did, and when he knelt before me to receive the winner's purse, he swore that he would one day offer me his blade in service. Surrounded as I was by liars and manipulators, I dismissed it as a pleasant piece of theater. But, as you know, Raubon is a man of his word. Though it took him another 5 years of fighting on the blood sands, he amassed a fortune so great as to buy not only his freedom, but a seat on the syndicate. And then I had my blade. Ooh, cutscene! Ooh, are we going to echo the Sultana? Fucking nice. That's... oh my god. This is like different level of animation that we've seen before from this game. Raubon, woo!
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great! Please, Your Grace, come back! I beg of you!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raubon!
Your Grace,
Hello.
I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine.
It seems like you two have known each other for a lot more personally than,
With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Ul'dah. And so, as tradition dictates, Raubon Uldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
I am honored, Your Grace, and vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last.
this is fucking great.
Long live the Sultana, and long live Ul'dah!
I fucking love this. That was real fun. Alright, Donamo. Words cannot well express what that man means to me. There are others who care deeply for my well-being, of course. Papa Shan's love for me is as that of a grandsire for his grandchild. But upon matters of governance, I cannot turn to bodyguards and maidservants for counsel. Raubon, with the authority of his syndicate position, was the first sword I could wield. His was the only edge which could cut the strings that bound me. Persimmon pudding sounds really good, actually. Dolmen tea. Nanamo seems lost in thoughts of the past. Oh? We must make haste. My absence will not go unnoticed by the Sultan sworn for long. There are other places I would visit. To the Arzaneth Ossuary. Thaumaturge's Guild. Wait, have I not gotten all of them yet? Fuck. Alright, where's the other closest one? The plaza, it would seem like. Alright, to the plaza it is. I've forgotten that I don't have all of the, Ethernets in, Ul'dah here. Hold on. Some first-person gameplay here. It's kind of weird. Is there a little bit of head? No, there's no head bobbing at all. Alright, so I got all the Ethernet shards now. Okay, okay, let me move. Let me move. There we go. This way. When the calamity threatened, Raubon led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartano, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louis Sois would have the power to rouse the 12. Since that day, I have made a custom of visiting this shrine during each of my little excursions. Here I seek the blessing of Thal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana. You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. If I am to be a Sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path, Ira. With Alamigo now freed from Imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. Already, many displaced Alamegans seek to begin the long trek home. To facilitate that process, I have made a small contribution, an artisan's school in Rauger's Reach for any who wish to learn new trades. Realistically, however, it will take years for such training to yield tangible benefits. But we do not have years. These people will need shelter and employment if they are to survive, and this time, the Ul'dah Treasury shall provide. Precisely where and how to allocate the necessary funds is, of course, another question. Why not seek the advice of one who employs refugees? A wise suggestion. May have a visit to the Gold Saucers in order. Its proprietor is a member of the Syndicate, and he is one of the few who pay refugees a fair wage. I wonder, are you acquainted with Godbert Manderville? No, I am not. Ah, well, he is a most generous man, if something of an eccentric. Let us make our way to the landing, and I will see that word is sent to the Gold Saucer. Godbert should be only too glad to receive us. Okay. To the airship landing, which I can use this now. God, the amount of places where I can go just blew up. I have ridden aboard a public airship before, but this shall be my first visit to the Gold Saucer. I must confess to some excitement. Speak with Nanamo at the Gold Saucer. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Entrance and card squares. Over here. I had heard descriptions of its splendor, yet I never dreamed it would be so bright and inviting. No, I couldn't possibly. We did not come here to fritter away the royal coin. Godbert will be expecting us. Come, let us head directly to the lounge and ignore these gaudy temptations. Come on, Sultana. Get loose, enjoy yourself. Wonder Square West. No, not east. There we go. I believe this is where we are to meet Lord Manderville. Shall we sit while we await his coming? Sure thing. My apologies, Your Grace. I have kept you waiting. No apologies are necessary, Godbert. My request was sudden, and you were kind to make yourself available at such short notice. When the Sultana herself comes calling, there is no more important engagement. As the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid the refugees residing in Thanalin. You are aware, I am sure, that many Alamigos' displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland, and you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. Let me just close this pizza box because it's empty now. There we go. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might best be distributed? The unusual circumstances of our meeting, and your Grace's choice of companion, would suggest to me a desire for an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. My advice to you is, stop. Taxing Ul'dah's wealth to save Alamigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. You oppose my proposition? Most emphatically. I agree with your Grace that the refugees must have housing and employment. What profit is there for Ul'dah in this arrangement? Profit? After all you have done for Girabania's displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek the benefit from their misfortune. Forgive me, your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is one born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. And then we must consider Ul'dah's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Alamigo, it is unlikely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your Grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill. Indeed, Then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Ul'dah. Exactly so. An arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Alamegans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. You have given me much to ponder, Lord Manderville. I thank you for your candor. All right. The Sultana's resolve. Nanamo appears to be reassessing her plans. Oh, cool. Profit. The thought never even crossed my mind. But standing about lamenting my naivety will not do anyone any good. I shall consider my lessons learned and press on. Ira, are you perchance acquainted with any successful merchants? If my attempt at philanthropy is obliged to reap a profit, it would seem wise to consult someone with a knack for business. Ordinarily, I would not trust any agent of the East Aldenard Trading Company, but if you hold this Hancock fellow in high esteem, I am content to be led by you. You may repay my faith by journeying to distant Kugane and speaking with him on my behalf. Eager though I am to visit those shores, I have not the leisure for a lengthy sea voyage. Now, assuming you will travel as adventurers are wont to do, I shall await your report by the Aetherite in Ul'dah. A fair journey to you, Ira, and a swift one, if you please. Alright, off to Kugane. Excuse me. What should I mean, obviously I should go speak with... what the hell, I'll go to Kugane. And I need to go to the Ruby Bazaar. Ethernet. Fuck, where is it? There it is, the Ruby Bazaar. Just good to see a fellow Eorzean. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering? Yes, I will be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices. Thank you very much. Hancock? Ira, to what do I owe the pleasure? Or are you here on business? Business. I beg your pardon. Her Grace the Sultana would have my opinion on how to best invest the wealth of Ul'dah. My dear Ira, I have you to thank for this. Recognition, I am sure, and I am flattered that you came to me, truly flattered. But why settle for a lowly apprentice when you could have the master? Upon matters of profits, there is no living soul better qualified to advise Her Grace than Chairman Lolo Rito, a man whose morning exertions are said to fill his garderobe with gold. I should be happy to arrange a meeting for you, say, at the Scion's former headquarters in Thanalin. The Waking Sands... Excuse me. The Waking Sands would seem a suitably neutral venue for negotiations, don't you think? Fare you well, Ira, and may your dealings prove fruitful. Let's go... Let's go back to Nanamo, see what she thinks about this. Not sure how happy she'll be about the suggestion to talk with Lolo Rito. Where are you? There you are. Welcome back, Ira. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? With Lolo Rito? And you agreed to this? I am well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monitrist at arm's length, and him in particular. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Ul'dah effectively. Very well, I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go on ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. Oh, shit. So this is where the Scions first congregated. I have heard many tales, but never had occasion to visit. To work, then. The hour of the meeting draws near, and I would gather my thoughts. Pray see to it that we have the appointed room to ourselves.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Lolorito, I don't like you, but this was done on personal recommendation. Hello.
You have made your point. It is indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask. There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I am glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say, I am most eager to hear your proposal.
This is interesting.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Alamigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate. But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Ul'dah and Alamigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
Okay, she knows how to speak their language now.
To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Alamigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Ul'dah.
Ooh.
I am impressed, your grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
How swiftly you identified the weakness in my plan, just as I knew you would.
Sharp man, Lolorito.
Your travels have taken you across the length and breadth of Gir Abania, and you know the land far better than I.
Uh-huh.
Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Do I have to choose? Ooh, hold on. I gotta research this. I gotta make sure that I get everything. I'll Ghana. So we got a quarry there. Alagiri. Trade hub. Alagana, Alagiri, or the... Let's see. I don't know. This is interesting. I don't know which would be the best choice here. So okay, so let's put this into let's think about this. Alagana has the quarry, but if I remember correctly, it's way far out there. Like, that's one of the reasons why it was not very profitable in the first place, is that anywhere else other than the capital, it would cost a lot more to transport the materials than to sell them. Alagiri was the trade hub, but doesn't have any inherent business of its own, which wouldn't make it entirely too profitable for any markets. Well, it's profitable if you want to sell there, but actually making money from anything that can be gleaned from there would not be a good profitable decision. The saltery, though, now everybody needs salt. So, the saltery?
Desolate little village on the shore of Loch Seld. I know the Saltery and its products well. The Imperial invasion brought an end to their more widespread distribution, much to the dismay of many a wealthy gourmand, myself included. Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient, and in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gill.
Yeah, okay, I feel like I made the right choice here.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production. The Loch's bounty will contribute to Alamigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders, just as Your Grace desired.
Okay.
A deal is struck then.
Alright, I think this is about where I'm going to end this here, but I fear it will be many years before I feel comfortable taking part in such negotiations. But I shall not complain. We have piqued Lord Lorito's interest and secured his invaluable expertise. Thank you, Ira. I could have not done it without you. Onigiri-yaki. Ooh. Oh, is that... That's different than what I expected. A lobster split in half lengthwise, slathered with a heavily seasoned sauce, and grilled in its shell over an open flame. Oh, onigara. Onigara-yaki, not onigiri. Okay. Jellied compote. Persimmon leaf sushi. I'll take the onigara-yaki. All right. I think this is where I'm going to end here today. I thank you all for watching, and thank you all for coming by on the stream. Please leave a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. But yeah, I can't wait to keep playing this. It's a fun game. But with that being said, I hope everybody here has a great rest of the day, rest of the week, rest of the month, rest of the year, and of course, a wonderfully great rest of their life. And I will see you all next